Hi, John.
Any updates in terms of the roster, or in particular maybe anybody who you know is not going to be on the roster at this point?
No, as a matter of fact, as the bus left the hotel at 3 o'clock, guys have reported here, we're still working through a number of individual conversations, so we won't have anything further to announce until tomorrow morning.
And how's Sale doing? It sounds like he had a little bit of a cold.
Yeah, I think we've had a couple of guys that have kind of passed around a little bit, so nothing uncommon to what we've experienced throughout the course of the year.
John, there are a lot of good starting pitchers in baseball who have not had success in the postseason. Kershaw's an obvious example. Your own David has struggled here and elsewhere. What gives you confidence that Chris can be one of the guys who does carry over his regular season performance into the postseason, having not done it before?
You know, Sean, I think this somewhat compares to the way he came into Boston following the trade. He has handled it without distraction. He's handled it with, I think, a consistency to his routine and being true to himself, who he is as a performer, as a pitcher. I would venture to say, knowing Chris the person, that the same approach will be applied tomorrow. And I think the beauty inside of Chris Sale is that he focuses solely on the things that he can control. And something as simple as commanding the count, strike one, keeping it pretty much to the basics. And he's done such an excellent job of that, coming in with all the expectations. And the highlight from the trade, he's handled it beautifully. And I would suspect this stage, this next set of games in which he's going to experience the first time would be handled the same way.
Standing up in the back.
Yes, John. How healthy is Pedroia, and what does he mean to the offense, and what does he mean off the field to the team?
He's healthy enough, and I think the last couple of days have helped him. And I think, you know, for guys that are dealing with some physical ailments or they've been banged up a little bit, the additional days of rest and treatment they can receive have been beneficial. I think Petey is certainly one of those type of guys, but he brings an immense amount of postseason experience, and I think the number of games in which he's played in the postseason will certainly be a benefit not only to him but guys around him. There's a voice in our clubhouse that speaks from experience, and I think a number of guys will look to him for that as well. So we come off a year last year where some of our young guys have experienced it just for the 3 games, and yet Petey, who's back in the middle of the diamond, gives us some stability in that way.